People always come to me saying, let's travel, let's go here. Okay, let's go. Let's book the flight right now. Book the hotel. I'm ready. I've been ready. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Man Guide. Modern women are furious that they're getting rejected in other countries while passport bros are finding happiness. Woo! Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. Chow time.
He want my number, had to hit him with the fantasizing, got him fiending for this.
Most American women are wired for divorce. Many of them come into your life just to divorce you. True that. Most American women live on fast food. Checkers, KFC, Popeye chicken, and McDonald's. I do not want to go through having to buy food every day outside. This is one of the reasons why I would prefer to get married to an African woman, because African women, they have been trained to make food in the house.
You know, I know this sounds harsh, but I know women that will jump in and out of marriage, been married 3 or 4 times, and at least he said Popeye's chicken. I've seen some of y'all plates pouring corn out the can. He should have said a lot of you American men go to work 12 hours a day and come home and eat a tomato sandwich, because I know those too.
If you're wondering why the Passport Bros movement exists, watch this.
The passport bro movement in America exists because men in America, they lack motivation, they're mediocre, and women...
I actually somewhat agree with that. They lack motivation for women. If women were viable mates, they wouldn't lack the motivation to want to be in relationships, to want to work hard to provide for their families. Most men do not see an ends to the means of working hard for what? For women that don't even want them? That's the problem where a lot of American men are having.
In America have to work, they get educated, and they start making money because they have to. So why would American women have to put up with a man that don't have any of those qualities? This passport bros, they think they can go to another country and offer this woman, and he says it in the video that if he goes to the Philippines and he offers a woman a better life, he said it right there. He's just basically manipulating.
Isn't that exactly what you want? You want a man to provide you a better life. It's the exact same thing. Except the men here can't seem to provide you that better life, but that's exactly what you want. Wouldn't the women in foreign countries also want the exact same thing that you want? And he's providing that for them. That's wonderful. A woman is getting taken care of. Why are you so upset?
These women into thinking that they're going to have a better life with them, which they might because they may live in very poor areas. But guess what? If you bring her to America, that's expensive. You're going to have to work your ass off. You're going to have to be the provider. You're going to have to pay for all her bills if she doesn't have an education. You might even have to pay for her education, and she might end up leaving you.
How many men have done this exact scenario that you've been putting out here? There's plenty of men that have taken care of women, gave them an education, got them to a higher level, and they still got left. So what the fuck are you talking about? What you're describing is what happens in the US way more often than not.
Because life here is different, and you can't expect women in America to be like the women in other countries. You can't expect women here in America to go for a guy that's below them. If I go to school, I make 6 figures. I want a man that makes 6 figures too, or more. Because men in America, they want their women to go 50-50 on the bills and 50-50 maybe on the household and the chores, which usually is more like 90-10. So why would a woman here settle for some loser? We have high expectations because we can. I literally just saw a video of a guy that is stranded in the Dominican Republic, and he's broke, and he's asking people to cash app him money for his ticket back to the US. Because this man, they're broke in America, and they go to another country where the value of the dollar is a lot higher, and they lie to these women, and they pretend that they're wealthy men when they're not. So they are gaslighting this woman into thinking that they're gonna come here and they're gonna have this great life. Just stop lying to women. It doesn't matter if they're from another country. They are women. They have expectations and you're lying to them. And you know what? Most quality men in America, they have no problem finding women here.
You fucking lying whore. There's plenty of good men in America that have dated foreign women and have married to foreign women. If you look at celebrities, a good chunk of celebrities are married to foreign women.
Lie to our women. They tell y'all that y'all can travel out like the passport bros could. Yes, you can travel out like the passport bros, but they will find wives. You will not find a husband. You will find getting smashed first. Because American women, their mouth disqualifies them from a lot of things. And foreign men are not going to put up with that foolery.
Nope.
See, what you need to do is get your mindset right now. Get it fixed now so that you can find a brother that's here, that you can learn how to submit properly. Take heed to the message.
The only foreign men trying to marry American women are ones looking for a green card or a sugar mama. Because these modern women will embarrass them in their community and there are no domestic violence laws in some of these countries. The West women can disrespect anyone because they're protected by the gynocentric countries in the West, but that doesn't mean that protection will follow them like a passport. What do the comments say? Top comment says, "Sister, you're saying the truth absolutely. I'm from Nigeria. A lot of American women are not wife materials. These American women can go over there for a screw, but that's about it. If they're decent looking and if they're past the wall, they gotta become a sugar mama for some poor young man. Otherwise, they'll get the same results as the West." The MGTOW truths are universal truths. It's just that a lot of Western women don't see it because of all the feminist noise. Another commenter says, "Influencers want engagements and traffic, so they definitely won't tell the truth."
True.
Yep, it's also called confirmation bias. People are more likely to consume ideas that are more aligned with their own. Think of it as a cope, if you will. Because anything that shatters their worldview shatters their being. Another man comments, "We keep trying to tell them, but YT feminists got them fooled." YouTube feminists? The feminists? I don't know.
I
The
think it's
West that
YouTube
upholds
feminists.
feminism is 30% of the world, and the rest of the world at 70% doesn't. There are countries that ban American pop singers from performing there because they refuse to allow their women to be ruined. Another commenter said, "Trust me, they can't find foreigner husbands. We don't tolerate disrespect from women." In the Middle East, women are beaten for adultery, and in Dubai, American women get sent to jail for disrespecting men in the public. A feminist comments, "Their mouth disqualifies them? Thank God for women like Harriet Tubman who refuse to be enslaved." This is why Western women are single, because they compare being a trad wife to slavery. Do they not know the man works in that equation? Cleaning the house and raising the kids is not the same as being forced to pick cotton in 100-degree weather for 6 days out of the week, then live in a barn with the rest of the slaves and barn animals. Another dude comments, "Tell them, an American woman brought my guy in Jersey from Nigeria. They broke up now, ask why." Well, at least the Nigerian got a free trip to America out of it.
You know, Natalia, for somebody who wants to stop talking about a certain subject, you sure won't shut the fuck up about it. You've made what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos since you said
no more Thailand talk.
You know, you disingenuously asking this question.
Natalia, that's not always. Let me ask you a question. What was so offensive?
So many people, way before I said anything, have been telling you what it was that you did that was so offensive. You went to Thailand and recorded and filmed yourself telling everybody all the reasons why you were superior to Thai women. The way you spoke about Thai women was so disrespectful. You just kept talking about how superior you were because you were so well educated.
Because we are clever, we are educated, we know what we're doing.
And you were so much harder to get.
Down for you. I said that Thai women will not challenge you back. Are more calm, less confrontational, don't like to have debate, don't like to have an argument.
Yeah. Those are the type of women we want. Ones that don't want to debate us, argue with us all the goddamn time. Like, you're completely lost, girl. You don't have any clue what the fuck men truly want.
So that's why I made this statement. So you tell me, what's racist about this statement?
And that you could go down any street in Thailand and essentially buy a woman is basically what you said.
The reason they fly to Thailand because they can't
pick women like me just on the streets. Because in Thailand, they have more opportunities. They go to walking street and women are throwing themselves at them. In Thailand, you can walk to a walking street and get what men want for free.
And no, I don't have to watch whatever other videos you're telling me I have to watch to get full context of what it is you said. It's very clear what it is you were trying to say. And instead of just listening to people and asking yourself, though I don't feel like I've done something wrong, could it be possible that I have offended people? Because judging by this overwhelmingly negative response that I've been getting from people, maybe I have. Let me think a little bit on why that could be. But instead, you decide to tumble down. Then even I explained to you why these types of stereotypes are harmful to women, not just women in Thailand, but Asian women around the world. But you didn't want to listen to that either. You just wanted to say that I'm clout chasing off of your account. What? I've been talking about the over-sexualization and the fetishization of Asian women for a long, long time, way before I knew you even fucking existed, Natalia. I don't need you for shit. But judging by how many videos you've put my face in and tagged me in, I don't think I could say the same about you.
Passport Bros. These so-called feminists who are pro-women are now shaming foreign women for wanting to be a stay-at-home wife for a great American guy. The same guy these American women wouldn't even look at twice but expect him to bail them out with a 304 retirement plan called marriage and when they hit the wall. If they're trying to prove that they're better than everyone else by bashing foreign women, they're doing the opposite. They're helping out the passport bro because by showing the world what men in the West have to deal with. It's not that the passport bros are rejects, they're simply looking for a higher quality woman. A real woman to be exact, because now American feminists don't even know what a woman is. These foreign women aren't dumb. They're not going to marry a loser, just because they're in a developed country. China 30 years ago was mostly villages. Now it has 5 to 6 New York-sized cities. While the West is de-evolving, the rest of the world is leveling up. There are cleaner and safer streets in Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam, which has 9 million people, than the richest city in America. Let's see if the comments agree. Dude comments, well, Caucasian or European women have been told that they are the standard. The woman responds, this was a traditional versus modern feminist war going on. Traditional women won by a landslide.
That they have.
Exactly. It's every race of women in the West who have bought the feminist lie. If it wasn't the case, these blown-out post-wall women would be bragging on social media that foreign men want them. They wouldn't be posting every other video of them not being able to find a man.
Correct.
Guy comments, she's heard Thai women and Western men are finding happiness in each other. Making Thai bashing videos is all she has. Without that, she'll have nothing. If the white woman is going to Thailand to try to find a Western man, she's going to be extremely disappointed. The passport bros didn't fly to another country to find a modern woman. They escaped the West to get away from them. And even more so, these passport bros went to Thailand because they are the most attracted to Thai women. That's their preference. They think Thai women are the most beautiful women in the world, so they aren't even looking twice at the white European. Another commenter, Western narcissistic women are clearly delusional. That sums up these feminists. Another man comments, using her mindset, given her accent and the history of those who shared said accent, it's on brand. It's on brand. Apparently, the European has an accent that's from a poor, trashy area of the UK. So, she herself is looked down on in her own country. In countries like England, there's still somewhat a class system, and there's much less wealthy men marrying poor women like you see in America.
This message is for the passport bros. I was talking to my mother the other night, and I was explaining to her what the movement was about. She had never heard of it. And, after I gave her the explanation of why men are leaving westernized countries to find wives elsewhere, or even love elsewhere, or dating elsewhere, she said, oh my God, I have a friend, her son is doing that very thing and basically having the best time of his life. He is dating the most beautiful, wonderful women that treat him the way women used to treat men. He meets their families, and the families absolutely adore him. They shower him in food and cakes and pies.
That's the thing. If you're a good man, you're going to these countries and you take care of the woman, You do everything for her as a traditional man or a good man would. What father or brother would not be happy about that? Would be upset that someone's willing to fully take care of their daughter, fully take care of everything, and still is nicer to them than most of the local men there. Remember, American men are actually much nicer to women than most other men of other countries. They're a lot more harsh, a lot more patriarchy, I guess, in a sense, where American men are a lot more soft. Even hard American masculine men are a little bit more soft when it comes to women issues and women things.
Very kind and loving and open to him. Very unlike a lot of situations you find here in the United States. There's one woman in particular that he's more serious about now, and she washes his feet. I know that might sound extreme, but why shouldn't you wash someone's feet that you care about? She does his laundry.
All right. One thing my mother did for my father that I don't think I really see too often is she plucked his mustache and his beard. Like they would literally sit, watch Chinese movies with me and stuff while my dad is just sitting there watching the movie and my mom is next to him like with the tweezers and plucking his hairs as he's watching the movie. That is definitely something out of the norm, and I wouldn't say it's basic or anything, or I wouldn't expect women to do that, but that was something extra my mom was wanted to do for my father. My father liked plucking just because it's a cleaner look. You don't get that like grayness with the like the what do you call it, the shadow. So when you fully pluck, you don't get any grayness. You have your face looks fully skin toned. So it looks different. So again, my mother used to do it for my father. My father never asked or told her to do it, but my mother did it. Those are just the extra things that these women do for their man.
She's friendly, fit, and fun. All of that stuff that U.S. women, claim is subservient or demeaning, or you shouldn't do that for a man. I mean, it sounds insane. So my mom was saying that he is just so happy and having such a wonderful time over there. He doesn't want to get married right now, and why should he? You don't have to become a passport bro just to go over and snag a wife. Maybe you just want to date for a while and have a positive dating experience before you find the woman of your dreams. So I support this.
I actually agree with that. You should be dating a little bit, seeing a little bit. Don't go out there and see the first woman that gives you the attention and just throw everything at it. You never know, guys. You just experience some of the culture, just experience the people itself.
100%. If I had a son, this is exactly what I would tell him to do. I would encourage him to do some type of profession where it could be done remotely and you can travel anywhere in the world with your computer and make money.
One thing I would like to say and add to that, YouTube is actually a wonderful vehicle for this. I didn't realize, I kind of got lucky with YouTube and to be where I'm at now, but if you want to work hard and make good money to be able to travel and things like that, I think YouTube is a wonderful vehicle and a wonderful tool to do that. I suggest to most people, if you can think of something to make a YouTube about, do it. It does. In the beginning, it might not cost you too much. You might not catch that much traction. But if you actually put significant amount of time and effort into YouTube, I think a good amount of people can make okay money and live an okay life out there.
So I think it's wonderful, and I support the Passport Bro movement 100%. And if anyone ever needs a letter of reference, hit me up.
That's a point that a lot of men in the West don't realize because they're taken for granted. In other countries, they value the male provider so much that the families give a suitor the VIP treatment, like
Correct.
the woman described in the video, because they know a great man will build a legacy with their daughter, that a great man will provide a much higher return on investment to their family. Compare that to the States, the female's mom is usually a single mom who's jaded and sees the great man as an ATM or another dick the feminist daughter is hopping on. You're not marrying just the individual, but her family as well. And that's going to be a part of the support structure for your relationship. If they're not also traditional minded, your wife is going to run to them every time she wants to act up to support her thought desires of doing girls' night out with her friends. They're going to pressure you to have lower standards in the relationship and accept the bare minimum because that's who they are. This could be your family as well. You give your girlfriend the walking papers because she wants to go on a girls' trip to Cancun and they'll nag you, claiming you're insecure or controlling. And back to her point about this passport bro getting treated like a king by his serious girlfriend. He doesn't get that for just showing up off the airport. He has to bring value and financial security to get that treatment. And this as well as dating. They're not going to commit to a man unless if he fully commits to them with a traditional relationship. In short, the benefits of a relationship have a cost, and this is what a lot of modern women and losers overlook or ignore.
Yeah, women over there aren't just sleeping around left and right with foreigners like that. No, these foreigners do have to show some kind of commitment, some kind of. I'm not saying there aren't women that do that, but the good women with good backgrounds, good families and stuff, yeah, they aren't just sleeping around with random foreigners. They're picking and choosing and selecting when the man shows certain levels of commitment, shows certain level of, capabilities, then you get that full I'm going to take care of you treatment.
Let's read the comments. Top comment says, so we labeling it passport bros instead of avoiding the hoes. Funny. Second highest rated comment says, my first wife filed for divorce after 7 years and ran off to marry husband number 4. My second wife is from Vietnam and it's been 8 of the best years of my life. Yep, these American women are like wild animals. They can't be tamed. They're addicted to the new dick for the rest of their life. Another reason why Asian women are so popular is because they're very short. So short and even average height men who've been rejected all.
You know what? Damn, man, guide, you are correct. I love short women. It's just a thing, I guess. My mom was pretty short. My father is short. My father is only like 5'3", 5'4". I'm 5'7", so I'm actually decently tall in the family. But I have a cousin that's like 6 foot. He's probably the only 6 foot cousin we have. But yeah, women are so short. Like my ex-wife was 4'11" and a half, according to her. But I think it's wonderful that women are shorter in Asian countries, and makes sense too because people are just shorter in general in Asian countries.
All their life for Chads and Tyrones are tall enough for these women because everyone is tall to them. Another dude comments, best decision of my life in terms of a relationship. She has her role as a traditional female and mine as a traditional man. She is my piece. There is a natural piece because the traditional wife isn't trying to be the husband like the Western women do. She complements the man and harmony is created. Another man comments, the dating market in the US is trash. It's not how it was with our grandparents when they got together. Times have changed, but not for the better. As feminists say all the time, it's not the 1950s anymore. There are more single women who own homes than men now in the United States. I wonder how many of those women get the house from the divorce or from a sugar daddy or being an OnlyFans performer.
At least 30%.
Probably
I
enough
would
to
assume.
make that stat in favor of women. A man comments, my fiance is a great woman. I went to the Philippines to meet her and we have been together 3 years. Hopefully she will be here soon. Bad move. It's not going to work as well unless you move to that country because your dollar goes further and there's a support system for a traditional marriage. Bring a foreign woman.
The support system with her family too. Like that is a major thing with, women from foreign countries, especially when they want their families there with them to help take care of kids and do all these things. That's how my family does it.
To the States may corrupt her because she's in a bad environment.
I am seasoned social worker by day, but it's the weekend, so I'm not a social worker. But anyways, I am just fascinated with the discourse of passport bros, passport women, and I'm wanting to know like the psychology behind it and, the mental health behind it. And I'm not going to ask, oh, who hurt you? No, because I know that, once a baby is popped out of the womb, they're not popped out of the womb being haters.
Yeah.
And hating specific genders, hating specific races, and hating specific people from specific countries. No, as we grow up, that behavior is learned. So my theory is that, yes, if someone is hating on a specific gender, race, or a person from a specific country, then that had to have been learned somewhere, or something had to have happened to them. And this is, like I said before, this is not a, oh, who hurt you type bullshit, because that's not going to help anybody.
Nope.
But I would just like to know, I would like to challenge people who do spew, who are having these types of feelings against people of certain races, genders, and countries. Like, I would like to challenge y'all into really, like, thinking about, oh, did anyone specific from this specific gender, race, or country, did they hurt me though? Like, did they hurt me? Did they make me feel like I wasn't man enough or woman enough for them? Did they cheat on me? Did they neglect me? Did they abuse me? Did they make me feel like shit? And because when people don't unpack that shit and really work on those feelings, those unresolved feelings, then this can lead to the generalization of everyone of that specific race, gender, or from that specific country, they're the same way. For example, and I was in therapy for this too. I was saved by multiple white men. So, and I had counseling, like when I was younger, I had counseling, and I had counseling as an adult too. So, I, now I think, oh, not all white men are bad. There are some white men that are bad, but not all are bad. And the problem is that when we make generalizations about a person of a specific gender, race, or of a country, that leads to issues of that always or never mindset. Oh, people from this country never do this, or people from this race never do this. And that's not right. It's not accurate, and it's gonna cause you a headache and cause you a lot more problems. So I would just, really challenge people to unpack that hate that they're spewing. And I would also like to know if I'm wrong, if someone is a part of this movement, supports this movement, I want to know, like, if you haven't been hurt by this, then what's the reason? What is the reason behind the spewing of this hatred? Where did that come from? But that's just what I want to know. Thank you.
She wrote in the description of the video, I am fascinated by this concept of passport bros, passport girls. It's not normal to be spewing out this much hatred for a specific race, gender, or someone from a specific country. This is learned behavior, or it is the result of unresolved trauma, unresolved issues, or unresolved feelings. I'm gonna challenge y'all into really thinking of the root cause in why you feel the way you feel.
Understanding the root cause does not change how I feel. It really doesn't for majority of these things, especially for men when it comes to the gender thing with women. It really isn't going to fix anything. We know exactly why we feel this way. We're just trying to avoid the rest of it.
Don't be scared to dig deep. Mental health matters, mental health advice. All right, I don't know who types like this. It's not that big of a secret. It's called hoe inflation.
Yep.
Never in the time of history did men have to do so much more for a less quality woman. The mental health isn't on the men's side. It's the feminists who are batshit crazy. It's more like the men experience PTSD from all the BS and bias they have to deal with in the gynocentric West. This post-wall thinks her and other modern women's issues apply to men as well.
Yep.
And they don't. Her having mental issues is not a virus. Men aren't going to get affected by it unless if they deal with her. She's 100% describing her own issues and projecting them on passport bros. So most passport bros aren't racist. The complete opposite, because they go to another country and procreate with women of other races. Make it make sense. This proves that they're giving anyone a degree. Colleges are handing out diplomas like Happy Meals. And this is the typical therapist or counselor, which is someone who clearly has issues telling other people how to improve their life. She needs to take her own advice and work on herself, along with going to the gym. She has no business telling other people what to do. Let's read the comments. Top comment, I always took it as men wanting to have more options and finding women that align with them more. It's not hate, but perceived as that by women because. That somewhat is the reason. Most men just want one option, to find a pretty traditional woman to spend the rest of their lives with, not screw a bus full of foreign women.
That's the other part where I like to argue with the red pill, the manosphere side, that all men want to just have as much options as possible. Maybe in like the depths of our genes, maybe. Yes, you are probably correct. But most men are good men. They really only want one woman and one family. A lot of men are okay with providing for a family and just not having to deal with other women. I don't think very many men out there really just want to be whores. There are men that do, but I don't think most men out there, we're talking about most, the ones that can't get any and all that, they just want a genuine partner. They do.
Another comment. Nowadays, people choose to be ignorant instead of being a reasonable person. It's easier to blame than taking responsibility. And the post wall in the video responded, I agree. It's a lot more beneficial if people work on their shit though. Ignorant of what? A reasonable person wouldn't sign a marriage contract in America or the West because there's a massive incentive to break the contract. Both of them are projecting what modern women do. It's modern women that need to work their shit through because they're the ones who are more likely to be on drugs or to see a therapist. The Passport Bros aren't blaming. They're pointing, they're observing, they're documenting theirs and other men's experiences with modern and feminist women. As always, I wish you tremendous success.
Shout outs to Man Guide, Passport Bros. It's a legit reason. Laws in the US are shitty. Women in the US are shitty. Where our money goes further in other countries. The women in other countries fit the description we want for a wife and a mother. There's just so many factors that come into this. It's not just because who hurt us or whatever, we hate another group. No, we just want the best for ourselves. Please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.